Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 4's Enuff podcast with your hosts, AB4 and Tracey. Welcome to 4's Enuff podcast. As always, I'm your host, AB.
And I'm Tracey.
And today, let me tell you what we're going to get into. We're going to talk about bare knuckle fighting championships. We're going to do talking to Cameo. We're going to talk about our pet peeves. We're going to play the newlywed game. We're going to talk about Virgil's balls.
Oh, God.
We're going to talk about the great Tom Brady. We're going to play the game I'm Not Impressed. We're going to see Tracey's new segment, Crazy News. We're going to do food versus food. And at the end, we're going to cook some popcorn.
All right, let's get at it.
All right, we're about to talk some bare knuckle fighting championships. First, we're going to talk about Chris Lieben. So we just had Chris on the last episode. He was our first guest as on Talking Cameo. It wasn't the main event of bare knuckle, but it was our main event. Hit play. All right, this right here is Quentin Henry. Very scary dude. Chris Lieben actually asked for this fight because he knew it was a guy that was going to throw down with him. At this moment, I was pretty scared for Chris Lieben. This is Chris's retirement fight, supposedly. So this could be the last time you see him walking out for a fight right here. You know, a lot of times people's last fight don't go the way they want it to. So, hope he does well.
Mm-hmm.
The Crippler. Oh. All right, now watch this. This guy, the Quentin Henry guy, he's just like a caged animal. He's going crazy over there.
Typical Chris Lieben with his bright pink hair.
Yeah.
He always has some crazy colors.
Back in the day when he was starting, that was something to, hey, look at me. Remember who I am. That's kind of how you did it. But now, that's just kind of a common thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to ask Chris, what is he thinking at this moment when he sees that big guy over there just going crazy? Is he scared? Is he like, okay, I'm going to show you crazy? I mean, what's he thinking?
Well, I gotta be honest, he looks a little crazy himself. He's always kind of been a little crazy looking.
Well, let's see what happens. Of course, I know what happens, but... All right, boom. Boom. He's getting Chris landed a couple of shots. Quentin Henry's mad, claiming he got poked in the eye. There is a little blood in the eye, and it shows the replay. He caught a knuckle to the eye. So, I mean, I can understand why he thought he got poked in the eye. What I don't understand is why they keep telling the guy, you got 5 minutes to recover, and he just got punched in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, the fight should have been over right there. So right here at this moment, I'm like, well, that's not good. You know, he's going to just get up and knock Chris out. That's just how it would go, probably. But they start to fight back. Yeah, there they go. I mean, they were landing shots on each other. And then eventually, right about now, here it comes in this exchange, and Chris ended the fight with a knockout. So there you go. Congratulations, Chris. Lieben, as I said, he was our main event, but he wasn't the main event. There was actually a lot of fights on. I would like to talk about some of these fighters because they deserve a little recognition, but I'm not going to talk about all of them. It's just way too many. But one of the fights I wanted to talk about, and I may slaughter their names because some of them are hard to say and I don't know them. But Haim Ghazali versus John McAllister. Haim was 47 years old.
Wow.
John was 37.
Mm-hmm.
Haim come out with the victory. Knockout victory. That was it seems like he won that in the second round. Little comeback maybe. Another fight. Dylan Kleckler versus Chris Jensen. Kleckler was 39. Looked like he was chiseled out of granite. If I had to guess, I would say steroids.
Probably.
That's just a guess. I don't know the guy. Versus Chris Jensen, who I would guess isn't on steroids because he had a big old belly like me. And he was 40. The 39-year-old punched him in the belly and it was over. But again, good fight.
I guess all that belly didn't protect him.
Right. The fight of the night, in my opinion, was the girl fight. That first girl fight.
Oh, yes.
Carissa Sigala, who was her nickname Bumblebee, or did you call her that?
That was the nickname, and she wore black and yellow.
Yeah, okay. And she took on Taylor Starling, who I nicknamed Big Boobs. But anyway, Bumblebee come out with the victory. She landed a few more shots, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great fight. What a way to start the main card.
Yes.
The co-main event of the night, again, I may butcher this name, Dat Injuin versus Johnny Bedford. Now, I knew of Johnny. He was 5-0 in bare knuckle, former UFC fighter. I knew a little bit of Dat. I think I saw his last fight, and they keep, saying he was a former pro boxer. That was an awesome fight as well. Dat is actually the new champion from a 5-round decision. Shaq was in attendance, went out and put the belt on him.
Sweet.
But I actually, if I was a judge, I'd have gave it to Johnny. That's just me. All right, but the night's real main event was Paige Van Zandt versus Britton Hart. I was a little worried, Paige signed with bare knuckle. She's really pretty. And you see fights like, Artem versus Polly, and they look like they've been in a car wreck.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a little worried about that. While I was watching the fight, Paige didn't really seem to have the fire and desire to want to win it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she was trying to get a fill-out process, but you got 2 minutes in a round, not 5.
Right. It's not a lot of time.
Yeah, you got to go out and you got to make it happen. The other girl, Britton Hart, she just wanted it more. You could tell she wasn't as talented,
right?
Wasn't as fast, as explosive, but she just wanted it more, and she got it.
Sometimes that heart can really beat out skill sometimes.
Right. I just don't think that Paige won't. I don't think she wants to fight anymore.
Mm-hmm. She may have been a little overconfident. She was probably, getting paid, taking advantage of getting paid. So.
Yeah. But download the Bare Knuckle Fight TV app, and we'll talk about the next one. All right, people, it's time for the segment, Talking to Cameo. All right, welcome to Talking to Cameo. Today we have Cameo star Dominic Noddy. I first got to know Dominic when I saw him on NBA on TNT for Shaq's birthday. Dominic, can you elaborate a little more on that situation?
Hey, it's Dominic from the Dominic Natty Show. What's up, 4's Enuff podcast? Being on the NBA on TNT for my cameo was probably the best cameo that I've received, honestly. It was great. They asked me to do it for Shaq's birthday, and I was super flattered. I'm a huge fan of Shaq.
Tracey and I have been having a silly little debate over pancakes or waffles. Which do you prefer?
Pancakes or waffles? Pancakes.
What would you say is the craziest camo that you've ever had to do?
The craziest cameo that I've received is when someone asked me to break up with their girlfriend via my Cameo. That was awkward. I never got a follow-up. I don't know if I helped soften the blow, but I was pretty surprised.
Yes, that's real crazy. What would have been funny is if you'd have asked the girl out. All right, Dominic, there's a big fight coming up. Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather. Some people say it's an exhibition. Logan's a lot bigger. Floyd's maybe the GOAT. What's your prediction on that?
And my prediction for Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather is Mayweather in 8.
Floyd in 8, huh? I'm going to say Floyd in 5. Okay, Dominic, tell our listeners and our viewers out there where they can get up with you at.
Follow me on social media, Dom Natty Show, DOMNATISHOW, Dom Natty Show. Keep up the good work.
All right, Tracey, I just did another segment of Talking to Cameo. This time we talked to Dominic Nottie. And of course, if you just watched the segment, his fame is from Cameo. He was actually on NBA on TNT talking to Shaq for his birthday. And that's kind of how I got to know who he was. And now I've looked at his social media. He's done some podcasts and stuff like that. But what did you think about that interview, talking to Cameo?
I felt like it was fine.
She has no idea who he is.
I do remember pancakes and waffles, I think we talked to him about.
Yeah.
Pancakes versus waffles.
We're actually going to talk about that a little later with us, but
okay.
what else did we ask Dominic? We asked him about the Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul fight.
Oh yeah.
Which I just got breaking news. The fight has been postponed.
Oh.
I'm hearing there wasn't as much hype as they were hoping for the fight. They didn't think it was going to sell like they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So they put it on a pre-pay-per-view sale. We could get it for like $20,
mm-hmm.
and it went more and more as the days went on. And even I told you I wasn't buying that until it was time before the fight.
Right.
Even if it was $60, $80, $100, I wasn't going to give them my money and then one of those guys not be there. And then who's going to take their place?
Yep. Not surprised it's been postponed.
Yeah. But oh well. A big thank you to Dominic, and we'll definitely have him back. Now, let me start off by saying this. When Tracey and I were talking about going over the show, I was telling her about pet peeves that I want to do, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, do you have any? Oh, my God. I mean, she started listening. It was probably 10 before I had to stop her. And they were all things that I did. That were getting on her nerves. I was like, oh, this ain't about attacking me. I just want to know some of your pet peeves. It don't have to be me.
Well, oddly enough, a lot of my pet peeves are just things that you happen to do. They were pet peeves before I met you, and you just do them also.
But anyway, she did come up with one, and her pet peeve is people not returning the grocery carts.
Drives me insane.
I'll tell you, I don't really like that either. But I can live with it. My buddy, the guy that works for me, Chad, he'll leave my business sitting there all by itself because Food Line has not went and got their carts, and he puts them up for him.
Yeah.
Because it drives him crazy.
Yep.
I'm not like that.
Except for when it comes to turn signals.
Except where turn signals are around. I mean, when I was taught to drive, I was taught to use a turn signal.
Yep.
Switching lanes, turn signal. Even when I was growing up, if you didn't use a turn signal, you got a ticket from the cops. Now,
the cops
just ride around with no turn signal. Just breaking the law.
And I'm going to tell you what, at the four-way stop sign and where we live, there are four-way stop signs everywhere you go. People do not use their turn signals, and you don't know what anybody's doing.
Are you talking with your eyes closed?
Was it?
Yeah. Anyway, please, people, use your turn signal.
Now it's time for the next segment, the Newlywed Game, the 14-year edition.
Your all-time favorite TV show? Sanford and Sons.
What's yours, big brother?
Mine? Big Brother. Good Bones. Good Bones.
My favorite ever is Shameless. Tracey's is Big Brother. My dog Sugar always licks me.
My dog Sugar loves me all the time. My favorite number? $13. And AB's favorite number? 24.
I would say my favorite number is my son's baseball jersey number, 13. Tracey's favorite number, we'll go with 5 for AB5. Pancakes or waffles? Well, if you got your very best pancake, your very best waffle, I'm going with the pancake. Pancakes or waffles?
For me, pancakes.
David Gerganis always says, "Hey, little buddies." Now, Tracey might say, he says, "Hey, little ABs."
Dave Dog says, "Hey, little bitch."
All right, we're back. Played another edition of the Newlywed Game, 14-year edition. Tracey didn't do quite as good this time as she did last time. Hardly anything was right. She did pick pancakes. Thank goodness. I don't know what she was talking about when she said Dave Dog, something about a little bitch. Wasn't even close to what I said. Favorite numbers, she was in the ballpark. We just had them switched around, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have? TV shows?
Yep.
She did mention Big Brother. That's what I had for her.
Mm-hmm.
But she changed it.
Yep.
And I have so many shows that it was just that had to be a hard choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
That's it.
All right, guys, we're back with our next segment, and it's all about Virgil's balls.
Oh.
And by Virgil, I mean former WWE superstar Virgil. He was the $1 Million Man's bodyguard. Okay. I just happened to come across on YouTube. Somebody showed a cameo that Virgil was doing, and let's just say one of his balls was hanging out.
Yeah, we can't let's just say it. It was clear as day, fact, no doubt.
It was part of his sack, no doubt. In his defense, I don't think he did it on purpose.
No.
He had some cameos with the same clothes on, or same shirt on, and different pants. So obviously, he's noticed it sometime or another within there.
Right.
But whatever. I mean, it was his ball.
You know, I think that happens sometimes.
What?
It's hanging out and you don't know it.
Never happened to me.
You sure about that?
All right, the Super Bowl is over. 31-9. Tampa Bay defeats Kansas City. We're going to talk about Tom Brady right here. Tom Brady is no doubt, without a doubt, the GOAT of football.
I really think so.
People are trying to compare Brady to Jordan, or saying Brady's better than Jordan. I'd rather compare him to LeBron James, because here's why. Tom Brady's been to 10 Super Bowls. LeBron's been to 10 NBA Finals.
Okay.
LeBron has won 4 titles. He's lost 6 times. He's 4-6. Tom Brady has won 7 and lost 3. He's 7-3.
Yeah.
So Tom Brady is better than LeBron James.
I would say so.
But honestly, he's got 7 titles. That's more than any NFL franchise.
That's crazy.
New England has 6.
Thanks to him.
Yeah. Got the MVP of the Super Bowl. He's 43 years old. The big question, will he come back?
I'm going to say yes.
I feel like he will also. If I were him, at this moment would be the time to walk away.
I agree, because
How much longer can you keep being a professional quarterback at a high level at 44 next year?
Well, you know, I guess if he's healthy,
Well, his TB12, he takes care of himself.
yeah.
But be a good way to go out on top. You're already the GOAT. But hey, you're already the GOAT. Maybe you just keep playing. It doesn't matter if you're the best player next year, you know?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, even if he comes back next year and the team loses every single game, he's still going to be going out on top.
All right, let's check out the new game, I'm Not Impressed. Basically, it's me, AB, and Tracey doing impressions, and they're not very good. Let's check it out.
Yeah, man, this is savage.
Oh yeah, the Macho Man Randy Savage snap into a Slim Jim. Dig it.
Ooh, yeah, Macho Man.
Oh yeah, we're back. Oh yeah, you dig it? We just played I'm Not Impressed.
I'm not good with impressions, but that's something that he's always tried to do as long as I've known him. And there have been...
Only the Macho Man. I can't do nobody else. Oh yeah.
You've tried some other ones and done decent for other people.
Oh yeah, but I would say I did the best in that one. Oh yeah.
I couldn't even hardly get the words out. Trying to make the noise did something crazy to my throat.
All right, we're back with a new segment called Crazy News with Tracey. Basically, Tracey's just going to give us a crazy news story.
Okay, this one I saw on a local station, but it's not local to us. And one guess what state this was in.
Oh, I already know.
Good old Florida. A Newport Richey, Florida man left little doubt behind that he was a Florida man. It was written all over his face. According to police, 22-year-old Matthew Leatham was arrested early Sunday morning after he called 911 to find a ride home. 911 for a ride. According to a court complaint, cursed at the call taker during the call. The arresting officer said he offered to call Leatham a taxi, but Leatham said that he didn't have money and began walking home. He then called 911 for a second time to ask for a ride. And when they obtained his mugshot, this is how you know he's from Florida. He has a beautiful Florida state tattoo right in the middle of his forehead. He was charged with misuse of the 911 system as well as possession of marijuana. He was released on a $300 bond.
Oh yeah, definitely Florida. Seems like all the crazy stories come from there.
Every day there's a story from Florida.
The tattoo on the face does look crazy, but people do that these days. There's people, Mike Tyson, Post Malone, just everybody.
Yeah. But the odd part about it is that's his only face tattoo, the state of Florida.
And how about that rapper guy that had that diamond implanted in his forehead? Have you seen that? That's crazy also.
Yeah. So, you know, hey, he wasn't trying to walk home, so he called 911.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for food versus food.
AB5, Tracey, and myself went on over to Sup Dogs. Tracey had a cheeseburger with bacon on it. I had a plain hamburger with only ketchup. And AB, well, of course, he tried the hot dogs. Well, here's the results. The plain hamburger with ketchup was okay. The cheeseburger with bacon, Tracey didn't really like. And AB5 absolutely adored the hot dogs. It really seems like more of a place to party and drink. But the food is okay. AB5, Tracey, and myself headed on down to Jack Brown's Beer and Burger Zone. I myself had a plain hamburger with only ketchup. Tracey had a cheeseburger with bacon on it. And AB, he also had a plain hamburger with only ketchup. I have to say, all three of us thoroughly enjoyed the meal. We will definitely be back to Jack Brown's. The hamburgers were awesome. To finish the meal off, Tracey got some dessert. She decided to go for the fried Oreo. According to Tracey, the fried Oreo is A-OK.
Talk about the segment we just watched, Food versus Food. We went to two different places. We went to Sup Dogs and we went to Jack Brown's Beer and Burger Joint. Tracey, tell us about Sup Dogs.
All right, went to Sup Dogs. Had a great environment, cool restaurant, lots of choices on the menu. I actually got something different both times I went. And yeah.
All right, let me tell you about my experience. The burgers, they weren't bad. They were okay. Kind of reminded me of a Chili's burger. What was it? Angus burger. Kind of tastes like Angus burger.
It's really a college environment. So if you want to get drunk, go to Sup Dogs. As far as food, it's okay. It's not bad.
Yeah. I had, the first time I went, I had a hot dog with chili and cheese. Hot dog was good. I love chili, but their chili gave me terrible heartburn. And I had tater tots, which they were pretty good. Second time I went, I got the burger and the regular French fries. I did prefer the French fries over the tater tots, and the burger was good.
All right. Now we went to Jack Brown's Beer and Burger Joint.
Yes.
It's a small restaurant. It's really more of a bar.
Yep.
Not very many seats.
Nope.
I was pleasantly surprised at how good it was. I actually ordered the same exact meal that I ordered from Sup Dogs, plain hamburger, put my ketchup on it. They give me French fries and Dr. Pepper. 2 thumbs up, man. It was good.
Yes. Restaurant, totally cool. Reminds me of something that you would see in Nashville when I visited there. And the food was delicious. Inexpensive and very, 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 very tasty. But I'm going to tell you what, the best thing was the dessert, and that was the fried Oreos. Excellent, 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 excellent. And I think they even have a contest where you can eat fried Oreos. And I think right now the standing is like 26 fried Oreos.
23, Michael
20.
Jordan. That's why I remember it.
So anyway, Jack Brown's Beer and Burger Joint, 2 thumbs up.
Drum roll, please. That's the wrong drum roll. And the winner is Jack Brown's Beer and Burger Joint. Cooking popcorn. It's our last segment of the day. Actually, we already did the segment, but we weren't recording because we're kind of stupid that way, I guess. So we're going to try and do it again. Tracey, tell them what you're doing.
All right, we have this little popcorn maker that we ordered, and we're going to use the good old Orville Redenbacher. This is oil, but it's also butter, so it kind of serves 2 purposes here. And we put that right on in there, like that. And then this handy dandy little scoop for your popcorn.
And what kind of popcorn are you using?
Good old Orville Redenbacher's popcorn. And you throw that in there. Close the door. Turn it on. And watch the magic happen.
We actually had to warm it up for about 3 to 5 minutes. We already popped the popcorn. It came out beautifully. We loved it. And then we realized we didn't ever hit record. But let me give you a little fun fact about Orville Redenbacher. If he was alive today, he'd be 114 years old.
Woo!
That'd be like a great granddaddy.
You know, I just saw an article the other day. I think it said the woman was 117.
She's alive?
Still alive.
Don't believe it.
It was in the news. So who knows if it's true or not.
Fake news. Alright, so Tracey, where do you like to eat popcorn at?
Definitely watching a movie. But my favorite place is at a baseball game.
That Greenville Little League?
Oh yeah. Elm Street, Perkins Complex, best popcorn around.
Awesome. Sometimes the popcorn at Greenville Little League isn't good because they've cooked it the night before, didn't sell it all, and they're like, well, we're going to sell this. And who wants day-old popcorn? Not me.
No.
We're patiently waiting for this new popcorn.
See some
I don't hear any pops yet.
steam though. That was our first sign, steam.
While ago in the segment that we didn't record, I was telling you
Is it gonna pop? Maybe she don't know what she's doing. But eventually it all worked out.
There it is.
This little hot seed popped out and I grabbed it and I screamed like a little girl. Y'all don't get to see that now.
I see it all the time. Oh yeah.
Here it comes, it's popping. Oh, here it comes. Get a little taste test.
I'm gonna just go ahead and use my hands to scoop this popcorn since we're married and all.
I still don't lick her fingers.
Woo!
Man,
There you go.
we'll see you later. It's been 4's Enough podcast.
You can't throw it. Oh!